George Russell is winning races, turning heads, and keeping everyone guessing. As contract talks swirl and rivals circle, one question remains. Will Mercedes lock him in or risk losing their rising star? George Russell has kicked off the 2025 F1 season in style, capping it off so far with a commanding win at the Canadian Grand Prix, marking the fourth victory of his career. With 4 additional podiums in the first 10 races, Russell currently sits as the top contender behind the McLaren duo of Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, and of course the reigning 4-time champ Max Verstappen. But despite a strong campaign and a 63-point lead over rookie teammate Andrea Kimi Antonelli, Russell's future remains uncertain. His current contract with Mercedes expires at the end of the season, and rumours have swirled about a potential shake-up. Verstappen has been repeatedly linked with Mercedes, and Russell has been doing his due diligence, exploring possible landing spots for 2026. He's been spotted chatting with McLaren's Zach Brown and Andrea Stella back in Australia, embracing Alpine advisor Flavio Briatore in China, and reportedly held informal talks with Red Bull's Christian Horner, who previously voiced interest in the Briton. Most recently, Aston Martin has thrown its hat into the ring, allegedly showing interest in snapping up the 4-time race winner. Still, Russell has made it clear his top choice is to stay with Mercedes, especially with major regulation changes on the horizon in 2026 that could vault the team back into championship contention. According to Automotor and Sport, a decision may be just around the corner. Rumor has it that Mercedes could time the announcement with Russell's home race at Silverstone on July 6th. A classic PR move that would mirror his 2023 extension, which was revealed at Monza alongside Lewis Hamilton's now defunct 2-year deal. Hamilton, of course, bailed early thanks to a break clause, paving his way to Ferrari for 2026. Speaking after his Canadian GP win, Russell appeared unfazed about his future, saying he's pretty relaxed about the situation. When asked if the victory could sway Mercedes' decision, he responded, "But as I've said many times, I'm not concerned at all about next year. I know I'm going to be on the grid next year. I feel that I'm driving better than ever. I still feel I've got more in the tank. I feel ready to fight for a world championship, and I think results like today, results like Bahrain this year when we got half a chance of a good result, we're there to take it. I'm pretty relaxed. Just enjoying the moment, enjoying my racing and just taking it week by week. I'm not talking with anybody else, and any teams who have shown interest. I've been quite open to say my intentions are to stay with Mercedes. That has always been clear. I am loyal to Mercedes. They gave me this chance to get into Formula One. There haven't been any hard feelings with any of the talks that have been going around, especially around Max. Because like I said on numerous times, why wouldn't teams be interested in Max? If every driver had no contracts for next year, Max would be number 1 for every single team, and that's understandable. Ultimately, there are 2 seats for every race team. I knew if I continue to perform as I'm doing, my position would not be under threat whatsoever, so I feel in a good place. We're in no rush to do contract negotiations. We want to win together, especially Kimi and I being teammates now. We're getting a result like today, both junior drivers from Mercedes, we're both doing the job in terms of performance. Why would you want to change something that's working? Speaking to the media at last month's Monaco Grand Prix, Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff hinted that a fresh contract for George Russell might not be far off, possibly arriving before the summer break. When asked whether Russell would have to wait until September to learn his fate, Wolff replied, "George and I are totally clear of how this is going to go, and there is 100% alignment. There is no such thing as dragging this on, because that's not what we do." But even after Russell's standout performance in Montreal, it appears that timeline hasn't changed. After grabbing pole in Montreal last year, George Russell repeated the feat in 2025, edging out Red Bull's Max Verstappen by 0.160 seconds with a blistering 1 minute 10.899 seconds lap. The performance only fueled speculation about his long-term future at Mercedes. As questions continue to swirl about whether the Briton would sign an extension with the Silver Arrows before his current deal expires at the end of 2025. Asked about the situation during Sky Sports F1's coverage, following Russell's emphatic pole at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, Mercedes boss Toto Wolff admitted, "He's giving us all the reasons to do that quickly. We know what he's capable of doing, and he has been leading this team now since a while. He has the pace and the right attitude. He's been a Mercedes junior for such a long time, and we are on track in doing what we've always planned." Wolff also admitted that Russell's Canadian Grand Prix victory won't influence the timing of a new deal, making it clear that Mercedes already know he can perform. Russell delivered a stellar weekend in Montreal, snagging pole on Saturday and following it up with a hard-earned win on Sunday, his first of the season and the team's first in 2025. Adding to the momentum, teammate Kimi Antonelli joined the celebrations with his maiden podium in third. Wolff, who had already praised Russell after qualifying by saying the 27-year-old was giving Mercedes all the reasons to lock him in, was asked again after the race if the victory nudged them closer to sealing a deal. But the Austrian downplayed any added urgency, emphasizing that Russell has consistently proven his worth since making the leap from Williams in 2022. "He's been so long with us, and he's growing. The steps he's made from that young driver in Williams, then coming to Mercedes at a difficult time, being on par with Lewis Hamilton. And then since Lewis left, being clearly the senior driver in the team, and it comes natural," Wolff explained. "It's not like there's some politics, he's just taken the place that he merits and deserves. The ambience in the team is great, and we've agreed on some kind of timeline when we want to settle these things." With triple headers getting out of the way in one race after the other now in June and July. But we're going to get there. He's been a Mercedes junior in the same way that Kimi was since he was 16. So it isn't dependent on whether he wins a race, whether he performs, because we know he can. There was plenty of buzz leading into Sunday's race about the potential showdown between George Russell and Max Verstappen, especially with the two starting side by side on the front row, just 1 week after their heated clash in Spain sparked headlines. When asked whether that prior incident might have lit a fire under Russell heading into Montreal, Toto Wolff reflected, "These two guys have sat in go-karts and racing cars for more than 10 years, and have fought each other and have known each other off the track as well. I think they are very civilized when they see each other. It's just on track, it's a fierce battle, different characters, different personalities. I don't think that is particularly different going into the first corner. Whether there's Max aside or George aside, they just want to come out ahead." George Russell's future may be uncertain, but his message is crystal clear. He's ready to lead. Will Mercedes commit, or will another team steal the show? Stay tuned.